Hi everyone, I am Adila McGhee, owner of Dila Design, and welcome to today's episode. I'm so excited to have a special guest with me, Forrest McGhee, my husband. He's a real estate investor and realtor in Virginia. So we are diving into some great conversation. So let's get started. Forrest?
Well, Dila, thank you for having me on your podcast. As you
Oh,
said, I am married to this lovely lady, and we've been married for 18 years, and we have, 19 years, and we have enjoyed life together ever since we met. So, I just want to kind of, take a couple minutes and, uh, you know, talk about, what we do and how we help people, and yeah. So go ahead, fire away, Dila. You want to ask me some questions?
yeah. How did you get started?
Well, as some people know, I am a third generation electrical contractor, and several years ago, actually 11 years ago, I kind of got tired of having too many bosses. Right, my dad once told an employee one time who was under the misconception that my dad didn't have a boss, and my dad said, "I have lots of bosses. Every customer is my boss." And so you know, he said that, and I never forgot that lesson. And so I said, well, I would like to truly be my own boss. I don't think that's ever really a tangible in any kind of service related business. I don't think that that's really the case. However, it was what I said to myself to get started. And so, 11 years ago, we flipped our first house in a partnership and learned how to do things the wrong way. And then we started a partnership with my father, and that lasted for 2 years before we decided to do things in a different way. And then we started the company that we still have now called CVA Homes about 8 years ago, uh, and we just rock and roll real estate.
Cool. So what is your flip style and process?
Yeah, so the it's kind of funny. The longer you do this, the less you want to do to a house. I don't know, if that's just me, or I've just kind of grown callous to the whole, process of flipping a house. But I have definitely adopted the less is more approach. So we do, what we have to do to make the house, clean, safe, maybe paint the house. We're in a property right now that we're going to paint the inside and the outside. We have another property right now that we're just going to clean it out and then list it and sell it. So it just depends on the property, but we really don't do much. We try to do as little as possible, and
Hmm.
so we've been blessed with some great private lenders that work with us. They network with us. They come to our deal maker Richmond group, and we just have good relationships with lenders in town, and that gives us the ability to actually take the property, do the minimal work possible, and then sell it as fast as possible and make as much money as possible. We kind of think of this as a whole return on investment life cycle. So our time, our interest, the what's the highest and best use of the property. We kind of take all those things into consideration, and we just say that I would rather take, you know, 80% of the money in 2 months than spend 3 months in a renovation and try to get 100% of the money, or 4 months in a renovation and you're spending more time, more money. So that obviously increases your risk profile on each property. So we just like to get in and out and let somebody else, make all the finished decisions and make it their unique home. So
That's
that is
cool.
my flip style and process. And then, so when we get ready to do it, I get Dila Design to stage the ever loving crap out of it and make it beautiful as it can possibly be. And then we sell it.
Okay, so you said you use staging to sell your properties, all of them?
Every
Why?
single one. Every single one. So every single one since, shoot, what, 2016? You've been staging my houses since 2016.
Why?
Um,
Why you?
well, because staging sells houses. Um, staging, what it does is it tells a story, and you're an expert storyteller through your staging,
Thank
and
you.
so that it it causes the buyers to get an emotional attachments to the home because they can
Mm,
see themselves living there. They can see the layout of that bedroom that may be smaller than they're accustomed to, or it sees that they can see how a layout would work in a living room that may be longer, not square, right? Or may have a window in the middle of a wall that shouldn't is nowhere to put a TV or something, right?
mhm,
So you get to tell the story of the possibilities of the house, and that adds so much value. I mean, the value that staging gives far outweighs the cost. Far outweighs the cost. I mean, that's my opinion. That's the opinion of every single great home investor in our area and that I know of in our national groups. They all agree that staging is the best way to make the most money as fast as possible in a house. So yeah,
mm,
we stage them all.
good. So, what are you focusing on now?
So I'm focusing on new construction, and I'm focusing on pivoting the business into more quick transactional deals on the existing home side of things, and then we are going to start pivoting into aviation related real estate, residential and commercial.
Oh, nice. So, what would you love to be doing in 10 years?
In 10 years, I would love to be developing general aviation airports and,
Oh,
rehabbing and maybe an airport that got closed down, or maybe an airport that,
interesting.
just wasn't managed correctly, or in building new ones. There's a large community of people that like to live with their airplane. So they'll have their house and their hangar right next to each other, and I want to be a part of that process. I want to be able to use my passion for aviation to you know marry all the things that I'm good at, right? With the construction, with the
Yeah,
project management, with real estate deals and transactions and negotiation and sales, and to be able to use aviation to be the glue that allows me to do all that in a regional area in a timely manner, so I can be back for dinner. That's what I want to be doing in the next 10 years.
that's great. That's great for us. So, how to connect with guests? Do you have website or
Yeah,
IG?
so if you guys want to get a hold of me, you can very easily go to my website, forestbuyshouses.com, and there's a phone number on there at the top of the page, or you can fill out a contact form. Even if you don't have a property to sell, you can still fill out that contact form and say, just call me, I want to talk. Um, you can also reach out to me on Instagram. It's forrest.mcgee, and that's forest with two R's because one R is just a bunch of trees. All right, so two R's is how it's properly spelled.
Alrighty. So, thank you so much, Forrest. It's a great, podcast with you. Um, by the way, I can be reached at diladesign.com for any staging questions. And if you would like to be featured on our podcast as well, please contact us. Thank you again. Have a great day.
Thanks, Dila. So I want to, ask you a couple questions if it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, where do you see your staging company, in the next, 3 to 5 years?
Um, staging company is, I mean, my staging company is going to be great. The best. And I'm gonna fly around with Forrest.
You're going to be doing staging at these airports, huh?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
while my
All
team
right.
doing stuff in around Virginia.
Cool. Well, I definitely appreciate the opportunity. I like your podcast. I get a lot of value from it, and I look forward to watching your success continue to blossom. You have a fantastic company. You're a fantastic human being, and
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you continue to grow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.